So this video is me wanting to share with you what working shift most of my life taught me about ritual, spell work, magical working, prayer, with respect to correspondences, specifically time correspondences, specifically astrological correspondences, and holidays and those of you who follow the Wheel of the Year, Sabbats, those of you who follow some form of Wheel of the Year like I do. I'm not Wiccan by any stretch of the imagination, but I do follow the seasons as part of, I always have my whole life. I'm very in tune with the moon phases. I always know what moon phase we're in. I actually have an app on my phone to make sure I know what moon phase we're in. So how does that translate to people with real lives? And you don't even have to work shift for this to affect you. And that is, do the gods, my question is, not even a question, because I'm going to give you my experience. Do the gods, spirits, saints, universe, do they care what time it is? And my experience has been no. What brought this up? Well, yesterday was October 31st, a blue moon, Samhain, Festa dell'Ombra, Shadow Fest, whatever you want to call it, big, all culminating on a Saturday night, which bonus, Halloween, bonus was a Saturday night. But I didn't feel pressure to do a ritual. I actually stopped feeling pressure to perform a ritual at a specific time, day, moon phase, whatever, because I was forced into it. Working shift my whole life, already holidays were celebrated whenever I was off. So, okay, I'm healthcare professional. Where am I? I'm at work on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. You see where I'm going with this. And I just adapted. And if I was working Christmas Eve, which being of Italian, of Italian origin, right, of Italian ethnicity, we celebrate, like, Christmas Eve is the big feast, right? It's so it's the holiday is Christmas Eve. That's when family gets together. It's the big meal, la vigilia, all culminating with midnight mass. I'd be at work. Either I worked the evening or the night shift of Christmas Eve. So you have to adapt. I had to adapt. And I had to adapt really early on. So when I moved out on my own, and then I had my own practices and my own traditions that I was starting to create, I also had to adapt it to my schedule. And this came to mind to me yesterday when I was skimming through my Instagram feed and checking out what people are doing. It's October 31st, blue moon, blah blah blah. And of course, the people I follow, there were quite a number of excuse me, I'm making these faces. Sorry. I had to sneeze. I held it back. I had to sneeze again. I held it back. Anyway, let me continue. So I'm skimming my Instagram feed and I see these ancestral altars and people sharing what they're doing for the holiday yesterday, their ritual, and aside from the fact that I'm not one to post my actual working altar on social media. I'm a little secretive that way. But I appreciate the eye candy is what I call it. The witchy eye candy to see other people's setups and stuff like that. I also suspect that not everyone posting these beautifully staged pictures on Instagram are also sharing their actual working altar. That it's something set up as decor and aesthetic to share with us, their friends, their followers, and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't assume that people are posting their working altars like either, because I got to tell you, my working altar is aesthetically is not pleasing at all. It's a workspace to make things happen. But now, see, I'm going a little bit on a tangent. So let me come back to what it is I want to talk about. What working shift taught me early on is that I guess there's that pressure. And you know what? I still feel the pressure. And then I remind myself that I need to not feel this pressure. That, oh, this moon phase, this full moon and whatever is the perfect time to do the ritual for. Yesterday, that culmination, that confluence of events, the blue moon, it's ancestral, it's the feast to venerate our ancestors. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it because I had to choose between doing ritual or preparing a meal to celebrate the holiday. You see where I'm going with this? So early on, I learned to combine the two. My ritual is the preparation of the food. So I prepared I mentioned in my previous video, I made pizza from scratch, like all my people before me. And the whole ritual was the whole preparation for the evening to be together with my family, very intimate, and the whole food prep and, setting up, lighting the candles and all that stuff was all part of the same thing. That was my ritual. I didn't have the time, the physical time, nor the mental space to compartmentalize it. So I just combined the whole thing and we celebrate. The same thing goes for me though with magical work. Because there's social media, you know what I mean? And I'm guilty of it too, posting there's this moon phase coming up, this full moon or this new moon that is, really really geared towards this kind of working. But I don't pressure myself to do anything on that specific day. And I have learned from experience, from doing, that the gods, the saints, the spirits, the ancestors, the universe doesn't give a crap what time it is. As long as you understand the principles of the ritual you're performing, then you could perform it at any time. Also, I say this time is not linear. So I enter ritual space and magical practice and all that, with that established. For me, that is inarguable. Time is not linear. So whether I do my ritual yesterday or tomorrow or 2 weeks from now, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I do it. And I find that a lot of people that are still just starting out, and maybe some people that are not starting out, but a lot of people that are just starting out with this kind of practice, they feel defeated because what if they don't feel like it? It's more important to feel like doing the ritual than it is to do it on the specific day and hour not feeling like doing it, because it's that's what you bring to it. That's the energy you're bringing to it. It's like, oh, I have to force myself to do this ritual now at midnight on October 31st because I read it in a book, because I saw it on Instagram, because no. No. If you're out there and you're watching this video and last night you didn't feel like doing shit, but you still want to do a ritual to acknowledge your ancestors, the dead, the dearly departed, you have, as far as I'm concerned, the rest of Scorpio in November to do it. Now, today I observe All Saints. So today is one day that's set aside. So I'll give you an example what I do, and then you can modify it to what you do. For me, October 31st, it's the end of the year. And the end of my spiritual year. We celebrate as a family together. There's candy because it's Halloween. Yeah, the whole thing, right? There's the dressing up, which kind of ties into it's like a little carnavale. You know what I mean? Like a little Mardi Gras, so to speak. Kind of, to give you an idea of what that feels like at my house. Today is All Saints. So today, when the sun sets, I'm going to light up candles to thank all my saints, all the saints I worked with in the last year, for their help, guidance, cooperation, all of it. Today is set aside just for them. Now, when it comes to the work I do with ancestral energy and spirits, and dearly departed, and spirits of the land that I live on, for me, this is not something I just do once a year on October 31st, which is why I don't do it on October 31st anymore. It's something that I do year round. So October 31st I'm celebrating with the spirits that I work with. Today, I'm celebrating with the saints that I work with. Tomorrow, it's a Festa dei Morti, All Souls Day. And from tomorrow till the end of Scorpio is when I will continue to do my spiritual practice for the dead. Now, like I said, I do it year round, but it's solemn. There's a lot of deeper work that goes into that. But you see, like, this is how I've compartmentalized it. And I've had to give myself room. I've had to, I set it up this way out of necessity because I worked shift my whole life. So I had to be able to do what I needed to do to sustain myself spiritually, and at the same time function in the real world. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's what I've always done, and I thought I'd share that with you. So to recap, just in case I forgot, because I had to record this a couple of times, but technical difficulties. To recap, my experience has been the gods, the saints, the universe, whatever you believe in, doesn't give a shit what time it is, what day it is. And don't set yourself up for success. Don't not do a ritual because you missed this window that really doesn't exist because time is not linear. Yeah, okay, the moon is up in the sky and all this stuff, but there's other ways of, if you're one of those people that it has to be the perfect time, well, let me let you in on a little secret about life. It's never the perfect time. There's always something else. There's always an interruption. There's always something else. So there's no, what I'm trying to say is do it. You want to do a novena. You want to do a novena and you want it to match specifically on certain days of the week or whatever. But you're working or you're not feeling. If you're not feeling it, do not touch any of this work. If you're not feeling it, do not touch magical work. Do not touch prayer. You know what I mean? At this point, you just go into quiet contemplation and try to just gather yourself. Because you're not going to bring your best. You have to bring your best when you do this kind of work. It's like work in the mundane world. Spiritual work, you have to bring your best. Just like to do your best work at your job, at your career, raising your family, taking care of animals. You got to bring your best. You know what I mean? To do the best work. Cut yourself some slack. When you're feeling like doing the ritual, when you feel like casting the spell, check to see if you need to know what phase the moon is in, and then adjust your ritual and your spell. Check to see what's going on in the sky in terms of planets. And then instead of trying to chase what the sky is doing, just modify your ritual, modify your spell. If you wanted to do a ritual to bring in wealth, but it's now, by the time you feel up to it, it's a waning moon, well, refocus that ritual. Instead of bringing in wealth, what you want to do is release debt. See what I'm saying? All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for my short little ramble on time is not linear. And do the ritual when you can bring your best to the ritual. And don't be limited by a calendar. Don't be limited by a moon phase. And oh my gosh, please don't feel insecure when you look at other people's altar setups and stuff like that. Because let me tell you, your gods, your spirits, your saints, they don't give a shit what other people are doing on Instagram. All they care about is your relationship with them. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful day. Bye-bye.